tell him I'm still holding on. No need for diamonds or trip somewhere in the warm.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Aria. In today's video, I am excited to bring you 12 simple, easy ornament DIYs for Christmas. Unique ornaments that you can put on your Christmas tree, use as bowl fillers, however you want to use them to decorate in your home this year. I have 12 unique ideas for you. If you like this kind of content, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and become a part of my YouTube family. Without any hesitation, let's get into these 12 simple Christmas DIY ornaments 2025. DIY number one is me creating an ornament, a jumbo ornament or two out of sweater sleeves. All you're doing is cut off an old sweater sleeve in whatever color you want. I'm using white, and you're going to drape it around a large ornament. We're going to use hot glue to annex it to the ornament and simply shave off, cut off the excess, and smartly just tuck it in as smoothly as you can using the hot glue. And that's it, guys. DIY ornament number one. DIY ornament number two is inspired by some Pottery Barn ornaments that I saw last year, and this DIY was actually created last year, and I'm simply trying to use half of this DIY ornament, clear ornament, as the base of this ornament that I'm creating with a pine cone. I am trying to glaze the pine cone a little bit, and I am using cord that I would call knitting cord, to basically using hot glue to create a circle and to cover the base of this DIY. When I'm finished with that, I'm going to use the hot glue to try to annex it in the best way I can, using the shape of the curve as the base. And I'm going to be using the same cord to create a string so that I can hang it as an ornament. And this one you can also use to embellish your wreath or your garland, or just as a bowl filler. DIY number three is basically ornaments that look like stone in the finish, and this one is particularly looking like stone because of the colors I decided to use, the neutral browns, and I'm basically mixing baking soda inside of this paint to make it thicker, to make it opaque, and that's basically the reason why it's going to look stone. Now allow this to dry, guys, and after it's dried, you're going with a second coat, and then at the end of it you're going to be using white paint to dab it on. You can use paper towel, dilute it a little bit with water, or you can use a paintbrush that is pretty wide, and the paint must be kind of slightly dry so that it will adhere exactly how you put it in. And that's my DIY number three. DIY number four are some bells that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I am basically going to be painting this in a grayish black paint. I'm going to thicken the paint, similar technique to the one prior to this. I'm going to thicken the paint, and when I go in with my second and third coat, it's going to make it so opaque And because I'm using the dark charcoal looking color, it is so easy to look like cement. I'm going in afterwards with the same technique, using white paint to dab it on it. I can use paper towel, I can use an old paintbrush, but whatever you do, it's supposed to look imperfect and like cement. I actually love how these turned out. I did this DIY in 2024 and it's beautiful, guys, and they're still standing till today. DIY number 4. And now for DIY number 5, I'm using the medium size DIY ornaments that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to place these sticks in it to keep it sturdy, because this one is going to be my antique ornaments and I want them with a black base, so I'm spray painting them in matte black. Then I'm going to go in with some rub and buff. I think this is the antique gold. I'm going to use a sandwich bag, place the rub and buff in a few corners. Be careful, guys, because rub and buff really gets around and has good coverage, so you might end up with a completely gold ornament, which is not the point, so be careful. Here's how it turned out, guys. I colored the tops of these ornaments. I spray paint them black and then go in with a little rub and buff or a little gold spray paint so that it looks more exquisite. Don't you just love these ornaments? These are my antique ornaments I created last year, and for this year I went in and I created a red version. Let me know what you think in the comments. And that brings us to DIY number 6, where I am using some paint inside the ornament. So I'm sparingly dropping the paint. I know that the paint is not going to have that much of a spread, but that's exactly what I want, because I don't want to cover the entire inside of the ornament. I am drying it quickly with a blow dryer, and then I'm going to go in with some dark gold, I call it dark gold, spray paint on the inside, and there goes DIY number 6. The first set of DIYs were mainly from 2024, but these going towards the end of this video are new ones I created in 2025. This is going to be my paper mache version of Christmas DIY. And what I'm doing, I'm using paper mache, I'm using Mod Podge, some wet tissue paper, toilet paper, and I'm using the Mod Podge to kind of basically annex it to the ornament. That way it's beautifully matte in white for me to go in now with my decorated printed paper napkins. And this is where the magic happens, guys. I'm using the same Mod Podge. A Mod Podge is like magic. I'm using the Mod Podge and I'm painting on more, as much as I can, to make it as smooth as I can. It's going to be a little bit wrinkled, but it's okay. The imperfection adds to the unique touch of it. So I'm doing this with a large one, I'm doing it with a smaller one, and this is going to be for my Ralph Lauren interpretation of my family room tree. Stick around for that, guys. Isn't this exquisite? I love how these turned out. I also did a version in red for my main living room trees. Let's move on to DIY number 8. In this DIY, we are going to do some hydro dipping. What that means is that we're going to get a bowl of water. I already spray painted the inside of these ornaments because I don't want too much spray paint mess on the outside. So I spray painted inside, and I'm turning this ornament around so that the paint can spread and we can get that white base to start with. Then I'm going to go in and spray paint some dark gold, which is what I'm using, a darker shade of gold, in the water, and whatever the shape of the spray paint, that's how it's going to turn out when you dip the ornament in that water. I went a little bit too heavy on the start of this one, but that's okay. We have a couple more that we're going to create, each for one of my living room Christmas trees. So this is the hydro dipping technique, guys, and I'm just going to attach the cap, which I spray painted, of course, and there's my DIY number 8. For DIY number 9, I was super excited to try this one because I am using glass mirror spray paint in silver, and I'm spraying the inside of this ornament sparingly because I want it to have that glass effect, but I don't want the effect to be completely submerging the inside of this ornament. So that is basically it. You keep turning it around, you use the blow dryer to help you dry quickly, and then I went in with a little bit of red spray paint, which on second thought I'm not sure how it looked. I'm not sure if it turned out like I wanted, but it did give me a tint of red for my main Christmas trees, which my main color this year is deep red. Isn't that beautiful, guys? I'm gonna go in with a little bit of red spray paint, which I think I shouldn't have, but let me know what you think, if I spoiled this DIY or it turned out with a nice little twist. I also did one big large ornament and I didn't put any red on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment if you like this mirror effect DIY. For DIY number 10, I wanted something sophisticated, and I decided I was going to embellish this ornament with some pearls. Very simple, guys. I think it's best to go along the line that is already created on your ornament. Follow through with some hot glue and quickly adhere the pearls to it in whatever design you may feel or you may want. You can go around in one single line, or you can go in a double line, or you can cover the entire thing or half of the ornament bubble, whatever you want to do. Here is my DIY number 10, the pearl ornament. For my DIY number 11, I was super excited to do this in colors. I have tried the faux velvet ornaments before a couple of years ago, but I wanted to try it in this light blue color because I'm going to be using this color on my family room tree to do an interpretation of the Ralph Lauren Christmas. So it's going to be mainly blues, guys, and I wanted a nice light blue. Isn't this beautiful? I mixed some navy blue paint with some white, and I did one coat, dried it, and went in with a second coat, which is supposed to be the coat that is mixed with baking soda to make it really matte, to make it really opaque. And then I'm going in with my dabbing technique that I really like doing with the white paint, and it's giving this velvety effect. If you look from afar, I absolutely love it, especially in the light blue. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try this DIY number 11. And I'm doing the same thing with the color red. And for the final number 12 DIY, I'm going to be inserting a flower into the large ornament, and that's it, guys. The challenge in this one is to get a flower that you can squeeze the base of it so small that it will hold through the head of the bauble. Guys, this is the simplest of all of them, and I'm going to place the spray painted cap on it, and that's my DIY number 12. I hope you enjoy all 12 DIYs. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I hope that you will stick around for all of my Christmas Decorate With Me content, and of course Vlogmas in December. Stay positive, stay intentional, and always remember, guys, to love yourselves. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.